Hello again. This is Christian Williams. This is for the CIRC02 Attempt A program. The date is October 2nd of 2021. I'm still wrapping my head over the fact that it is indeed October. So this is for the A attempt specifically. The inspiration that I had for this line of programming, there is a machine that you can find sometimes at amusement parks or other such events that's called like a strongman or a high buzzer or high striker kind of game. And I kind of wanted to recreate that a little bit with this program since we were learned how to make LEDs light up in a sequence down a line. That was kind of my first thought when I saw that happen for the first time. So here we go. Borrows elements from CIRC01 A Attempt and the CIRC02 B Attempt. Specifically, CIRC01 A, that's where I learned how to use a button to toggle between two different states using an if-else program. And then CIRC02B is where we actually learned how to use loops as opposed to just having long chains of commands. So first off, I'm actually going to move this up here. Alright. So, first thing we do in this program is we have to declare our variables. So I've declared that we have a button at 2. This is playing the function of the pad that you hit with the hammer at this game. Second, I have a status LED that'll let you know when you can actually hit the pad with a hammer. Again, this is all sort of like imaginary. I'm not actually going to smash my Arduino with a hammer. And then we have this array, which we learned how to use in the B attempt to assign these 5 LEDs in pins 4 through 8. I decided to differentiate that from the status LED because this is the path the puck will go after you've hit it with a hammer. It'll go up. And then the bell is our little Piezo buzzer. So that plays the function of our bell that the puck will hit at the end. So, setup's pretty simple. I'm assigning the pad that is hit with the hammer as our only input, and then all the pins responsible for the buzzer and the respective LEDs as output. I use this nice little loop right here for our path. I could have also done it with a 3 here since there's also an output, but I wanted to subdivide it a little bit just because it made more sense in my head to have buzzer, status, path, bell, just to make it consistent. There was no actual reason why you have to separate it. So we're going to scroll down here. Actually, that's an extra comment. Sweet. I don't actually need that. So first off, we are telling the Arduino to read the status of the button. It shouldn't be used in place right now. We'll tell it what to do later. And then we're going to use an if-else statement. So if the button has not been hit with a hammer, nothing should happen. So the status light will be turned on, and then we are using a new function, or argument, no tone. This is what we use for our Piezo. So that no tone tells pin 13 that I have my buzzer currently connected to not ring. It shouldn't be making any noises because it has not yet been hit with a puck. I put some more details for how the tone works. So it converts into hertz each of these notes. So you have to know the hertz value of each specific note. So assuming that we're tuned to A for 440 hertz, middle C would be 261, D above that would be 293, and so on. You can use this fancy formula. I honestly just got kind of lazy and looked it up on Google. That seemed easier for me to do. And then we get to else, what happens when you hit the buzzer. So I did not use a loop for this section here because I wanted a brief tone to play each time its respective LED lit up. And so I wanted to make sure that I had each note line up here all the way till we get the top. Once the puck has hit the buzzer, or all the LEDs have lit up, it's time for a victory theme. I'm not going to tell you what the theme is. You can listen to it and decipher what it is, but it is from a piece of media. And I have to tell you, this was my favorite part of this program is on Saturday morning, like a couple hours ago. I played this victory theme for the first time for my Arduino, and I had such a rush of dopamine in my brain. It was so great. And then finally, for the last bit of programming, this is where we're actually going to use a loop to just turn off all the LEDs in sequence starting from the top, because the puck has now fallen down. So that, all of that nonsense will be converted to this device right here. This is our Arduino. So we have our status light is currently on, letting us know that we can hit the button with the hammer. And we have the green cord from that going into pin 3, and the buttons wire right here going into pin 2. 5 yellow LEDs, or 5 yellow cords for the colored LEDs. Yes, I got an orange LED. And in their respective pins right here. And then this orange code is for the Piezo right here. And then, of course, we have our power and negative right here. So as you can see, both from here and here, it is all set to go. So if I hit the button with a hammer, and just like that. So you could imagine if it was an actual Strongman game, it would be propped up like that, and there'd be a little pad that you could hit with your hammer, so the lights would go up. Just like that. So that was my inspiration. I had... Oh, just bumped the button again. Oops. I had a lot of fun programming this, especially trying to get the Piezo to play a specific song. So yeah, that is, again, the CIRC02 A Attempt on October 2nd of 2021. Just noticed that says the 3rd for some reason. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the weekend.